Victory 2. We enacted new tax cuts, no tax on tips.
Yep.
That's my legislation. I drafted it. It is in this bill. That means if you're a waiter or waitress, if you're a bartender, if you're a barber or a hairstylist, if you work at a nail salon, if you're a taxi cab driver or an Uber driver, millions of Americans rely on tips. We're providing real and meaningful tax relief to working Americans. That's in there. No tax on overtime is in there. No tax on Social Security is in there. All three of those were President Trump's campaign promises. We delivered on all three of those. And working Americans all across Texas and all across this country will see the benefits of those major tax cuts.
That's huge. I mean, it's just huge. When you think about that and you think about the promise and how it was, you look at the president. I go back to the campaign.
Yeah.
And he came out and he was in Vegas and he was like, hey, we shouldn't be taxing people that are working their tails off in the tips and everything else. And then the left actually came out and immediately started attacking him for this, saying it'll never happen. This is not a good idea.
Yeah, they did say it'll never happen.
Yeah.
They said it's an empty promise.
Yep.
By the way, I've told the story of where he came up with the idea of no tax on tips. He was the day of his Vegas rally. He was having lunch in Vegas. He said there was a waitress who came up to him, was serving him lunch, and Trump being Trump, he told us, he said, she was beautiful. I'm telling you, she was beautiful. And he said she was saying how stressful it was to pay taxes on tips and how complicated it was. And he said he just put out a piece of paper and he wrote on the piece of paper, no tax on tips. He said, what do you think? She says, that sounds great. And he said, I had a rally that afternoon. So I went out to the rally and I said, all right, let's try it out. And he said, no tax on tips.
Place went nuts.
It went nuts. And
because
I
it's
saw
a tip town. I mean,
yes,
it is. People
25% of the workers in Nevada are tipped workers. And so
they rely on it as their income.
Yes, and so I saw it and I said, this is political genius, and I immediately drafted the legislation to make it happen. That is part of one big, beautiful bill.